That's right. There is a lighthouse here in Oklahoma on a big lake right here. And let's go take a closer look at this. Look at this guy right here. Did you expect that? You didn't expect that. This is Hazmatt. We have a humongous leg lamp. Yes, that leg lamp. Well, hello and welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where I am so excited because today I'm going to take you all around Oklahoma to see some big, unique, and crazy statues that you might have not realized are in Oklahoma. Now, I'm not talking about the Muffler Men, and I'm not talking about the big blue whale. I'm in fact talking about a leg lamp, a gentle giant, and a lighthouse. Yes, in Oklahoma. That's right, all three of these are in Oklahoma, and I'm really excited to take you around the state a little bit today to show you these statues up close, show you where they are, talk to you about a little bit of their history, and honestly just take in these wonderful, amazing structures of art. So please follow me. And so for today's adventure of seeing all these tall giants, we are starting here in Chickasha, Oklahoma. This is about an hour southwest of Oklahoma City, and the first stop is incredibly exciting because there's an interesting connection to what you're about to see. But let's just say, yes, this is a major award. Everyone look at this. We have a humongous leg lamp. Yes, that leg lamp. Yep, this is actually a replica of the leg lamp from A Christmas Story. So the story goes, there's a man named Nolan James who is from this town who became a professor in this area, who did a bunch of like art, design, such like that. And he, as part of one of his projects, he made a different kind of leg lamp where like took the bottom half of a mannequin and I think the top half of a trash can and made a different kind of lamp. And one of his students really liked that lamp, took a liking to it, and apparently became the production designer on A Christmas Story. And that's how it kind of got into the movie. And then apparently they decided, after a whole bunch of back and forth, there's a whole actual documentary on this, they decided to make a big old replica of it here to kind of honor that experience, that story. I believe this at one point was just a inflatable, but now this is a full-fledged permanent statue. This is incredible, and I just love. I'm going to turn it back around here. I love that at the bottom it has, obviously it says fragile, some sort of weird Italian word, but like this lights up at night. You can see it like, I mean during the day when it's backlit, not as awesome, but this was the best time for me to get here. But this is just absolutely spectacular. This is honestly. It's incredible that it's as big as this is. I have not seen any sort of like plaque or anything around here. There is something over there that I'm going to show you in just a sec, but like this is wonderful. This is awesome. Moving a little bit to try to get the sun right behind it so you can see it a little bit better there. It actually kind of like gives the leg lamp a little bit of a halo there. But like honestly, this thing is I think either 40 or 50 feet tall. I'm not sure which. I couldn't find an exact measurement of it, but it's just spectacular. I can't believe this is in small town Oklahoma, which feels like it's out like you're not going to drive past this by accident. I did come here completely on purpose. That's the whole point of this video, is to see these fun things. Again, this is just the first one. I think this might be the tallest one, but it's up to you if this is the most spectacular one. But this is truly wonderful. Stepping just a little bit back to try to even get it a little bit more. That sun is in the perfect wrong spot for me at this time. So I'm kind of here in the early morning-ish. So the sun is right behind it. So I guess if you come more like, the middle of the day or later in the day, sun won't be right behind it like that because I can try to get to the other side. I'll go to the other side, but there's not as much room over there as you'll see. However, I did want to point out, what is this little guy over here? This is a little selfie stand. I love this. So I think the idea is, you put your phone right there and then like you get the angle of it right there so that you could see it. And that's I love that they have this. They say this is stand up, fragile, all that good stuff right there. But let's go take a look around this thing. Let's get nice and close and see what we can find. Yeah, it's incredible that they not only did they make it just the leg lamp up there, that they also made it so that it's on the box that has the fragile. What's funny to me, when I was really, really young, this is a random clutch rant here. When I was really young, I first heard the fragile joke in an episode of the Rugrats. When I can't remember who it was that was moving, someone was moving, and basically the movers saw the word fragile and joked about it being fragile. And it's funny that came from something else, but that was actually my first exposure to the joke. Anyway, here's another view of the leg lamp from this side. So yeah, this is a little bit better with the sun blasting in on that side. You can see I can't go too far. I can walk over there, I think, a little bit to try to get a little bit better, but it's not as much of the path that's intended. Now, something that I do think is kind of interesting about this as we're walking over here, I'll keep focused on that. Something that I do think is interesting about this, as far as I've seen, there is no like plaque. There's nothing to explain it. Like I had to go online to try to say what it is. Let's see, how are we looking over here? Yes, that's a little better. Yeah. I like this. Yes, that's a pretty good view there. There you go. So yeah, there's no plaque. There's nothing to explain what this was. So if you just drove into town and you weren't familiar with A Christmas Story especially, this would be so random. I love it. Yeah, with the trees around me here, it just doesn't have the same selfie chance oomph that I'm looking for. So again, pro tip, coming in the morning is good for lack of crowds, but you might want to come later in the day for sun proper positioning. So even though that sun is not doing us any favors at the immediate moment, at certain times though, it is kind of fun to come here and then see the shadow of that leg lamp on the ground there. Because like once it's the other way, it won't be as unobstructed. We're here at certain times. It's just a straight shot of that. That's cool. And for the record, here's the documentary I was talking about. It's actually called Fragile. It says like how a giant tourist attraction nearly tore a small town apart. So I know you can see a trailer online. Here's some QR codes that maybe you can scan if you want to get some more information about it. But like it was a whole thing here. It's funny. Well, leg lamp, it has been fun. But we have to say adieu for now, because I do need to go see another gentle giant. And one in a place that is kind of unexpected. On the road again. On the road again. I really need a friend. And our journey has now brought us to Norman, Oklahoma, to the Norman Household Hazardous Waste Facility. Yes, that's where we're going. You know why we're going there? Because we want to see this fellow. Look at this guy right here. Did you expect that? You didn't expect that. This is Hazmatt. Look at this guy. Let's get a better shot from the front. He's going to be a little bit backlit because we're here early in the morning, but he is wonderful. Look at him. He's huge. Let's try to get that sun so it's not blocking him as much. But let me back up and look at this. This is Hazmatt, a 20-foot tall, humongous kind of iron giant like sculpture made of recycled materials, mostly 16 old dumpsters. This guy is wonderful. I'm so glad I got to see him. Again, he's at the City of Norman Household Hazardous Waste Facility. The gate, I tried to come during opening hours of the actual facility to try to say hi to him. I'm not sure if you can get in here because there is, if you look around, there is fencing everywhere. So I would definitely suggest trying to come during opening hours. I don't know if that gate is open, but let's look at him. Look at him. I wish the sun wasn't exactly where it was, trying to get it nice and good there for you. But oh my gosh, Hazmatt, you are magnificent. And of course, Hazmatt has his own little plaque here, and you can see it's Hazmatt with 2 T's, so it's Hazmatt. So it was made by Ken Hall and Derek Voston, and it says, "This gentle giant invites you to consider safer, more mindful waste practices and our connection to the environment." Sorry, I had a hiccup there, and I had to suppress it anyway. Always love this. This is wonderful. Again, if you've been on the channel before, you know that I very much enjoy Thomas Dambo trolls. Thomas Dambo is another artist who kind of recycles material to make trolls that are hidden throughout the entire world. And I really love the idea of repurposing materials to make public art like this. So like just trying to get them from other angles. Ooh, this is actually a little bit better now that the sun is like this. Like he is just wonderful. Like, my gosh, I know a lot of people compare him to like the Iron Giant, and don't make me cry because I will cry if I think too much about the Iron Giant, but I just love him. He's wonderful. And of course, when you're here visiting Hazmatt, this is obviously a great place for a selfie chance. So, selfie chance, backlit selfie chance. I did want to point out, if you look kind of at his right hip down there, I believe you can see the artist's name there, and it says 2025. I do believe this is relatively new. I know this is relatively new. This was publicly opened in January of 2026. So this is again a brand new statue, which is very, very exciting. And for posterity, I want to make sure I got him from every single side, so because we kind of saw him from the front, where the sun is not the best friend in the early morning, but like this is him from the back. You see him just relaxing here, just relaxing, all cool, up to no good. Hey, bird, get off of Hazmatt! What are you doing up there? That's inevitable, I suppose. But anyway, I like that you can kind of see the different like the crevices and the shapes of the different trash containers that like make him up, and just how he is built there, and like you can see the difference of his jaw and his head and his neck, and I don't know. Okay, all right. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, Birdie. Okay. And just want to really look at him closely for a second, really take him in and point out how, like, in his hand here, this is supposed to be like he's holding a big flower, like a big recycled, repurposed flower there. And I just think that's an adorable element of his creation here. And I really enjoy that about him. Like, his face is really happy, as you can almost see with the sun still kind of being a little bit crazy there. Well, yeah, he's a gentle giant. He's wonderful. And it's really cool when you look close and really see, like, all the pieces put together and how it really is like it's old dumpsters. I think it's just old dumpsters, but like it's unmistakably also a gentle iron giant here. And I just love him, and I think he's fantastic, and I think this is a wonderful addition to the state of Oklahoma, to like the idea of like it's almost like a modern Muffler Man in a way, and I really appreciate about that. But as fun as he has been for me, we still have one more sort of gentle giant to see. It's a man-made towering thing. So let's go to our final place. On the road again. Yes, we're back on the road again. This is not close to the end. And we've arrived at our final place to see a wonderful sight to behold in Oklahoma, because as you may know, Oklahoma is a landlocked state. But just because it's a landlocked state doesn't mean that it can't have wonderful things in it, like a lighthouse. That's right. There is a lighthouse here in Oklahoma on a big lake right here. And let's go take a closer look at this, like, marvel of curiosity. Now, before we do go all the way to get a closer look at this thing, there is the plaque right here at the end. So first I want to mention, before I start telling you a little bit about this is on Lake Hefner. I believe it's a man-made lake. It is right across from Louis on the lake over there, and I think that's Mama Roja, I think I'm seeing over there. So I believe you can just park in their parking lots to come then walk out here and check this out. So what is this? This is the Lighthouse at East Wharf. This lighthouse was constructed in 1999. It is 36 feet tall. It is a working replica of the second oldest lighthouse station in America, Brant Point. And so I only knew that because I read all this fun stuff here on the plaque. Plaque is the word I'm looking for. Something fun is that the actual original thing, Brant Point Lighthouse, is 26 feet tall, where this one is 36 feet tall. Now, I am here on a Sunday when there's nobody here right now, which is a fantastic time to go. Just like understand, like if you go during like the evenings when like the restaurants are open, I think this can get pretty busy. But anyway, enough chat. Let's go closer. This really, honestly, is quite amazing. Like, to be in the middle of Oklahoma and feel like I'm on a lake, and it's a big lake, as you can see. Like, it feels very ocean-like. Like, I can feel the cold, warm spray of the wind from the lake, and it is absolutely lovely. And I can't believe I'm getting this, as far as I can see, completely by myself. And something I can already see that's lovely is that they got little benches for you to sit out, like, relax, reflect on life, ask yourself, why did you go to all these silly places with Clutch? But now that we're closer, anyway, let's look at this. Look at that lighthouse. That is fantastic. Like, it really is. Big old lighthouse right here. I mean, not a single ship. Okay. There's some boats over there. Anyway, we got this great tower right here. It says 1999 on the door right there. I don't think you can go inside. I tried to look online to see if you were able to climb up it in any capacity. I do not believe you can. But let's go ahead and take a look around this thing just to check it out, because it is awesome. Like, this is my first lighthouse for the channel in the least expected place, which is probably the most expected way on this channel I'd have a lighthouse. So let's see, we got 3 benches, actually. 3 benches, and there's nothing over here other than, in shadow. Yes, look at that. Got some lights up there because it is a lighthouse. That's not why it's the light at the top that you can't see. But anyway, I just think this is fantastic. I think this is wonderful. Like, oh, look at this. Guys, over here, we got a friend. You see my friend? Let's see if we can kind of zoom in there. Got a big bird friend right there. Oh my gosh, look at him. How you doing? Welcome to Hello, I'm Clutch. You're now famous. So thank you so much for coming around with me for this fun journey to see a leg lamp, a gentle giant, and a lighthouse in Oklahoma. This was so much fun to do. There's obviously big Muffler Men again everywhere in the state, but not everywhere, but in a few important parts of the state. But it is fun to see these that I feel like are not talked about as much. So it's kind of cool to check these out, and I'm really glad you were with me here today. Now, if you did enjoy going around with me to see these places, hitting the like button lets me know that you had a good time, and it lets me know to keep making more videos like this. And if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know which of these three was your favorite. Which one did you like the most? And if you do want to enjoy another video of mine, if you consider subscribing to the channel, that's the easiest way to be notified when I have new videos out for you to enjoy. But if you do want to go on a new adventure with me right now and see some more gentle giants, there's actually in Colorado 2 Thomas Danbo trolls that I went to. You can see a really cool video of that right here, where we get to find those guys up in the mountains of Colorado. But if you do want to go on a different adventure with me, I got this one right here for you. That's a good time as well. But until I see you in one of those videos, I'll just say for now, goodbye. I am still Clutch.